And you brought up a good point too about how when you know somebody, you critique different with them than if you don't know them. Like, I know I have said some really harsh things, like in your manuscripts. I remember, was it The Fiction of Forever that I said I
Oh
would
yeah.
stop reading it? And I was like, oh, should I tell her this? But it's like, I feel like I need to be honest about how I'm feeling about your work because I want your work to be the best that it can be, you know? And I think that's the difference too, is because I know you and you know me, and we know we both have each other's best intentions in mind, So,
And as an author, you can't say these things because what's in your head is not always gets to the page. And so to hear that from you, I trust you. And if you didn't like her and you'd stop reading, then I need to look at what I'm not putting down about that character's personality to make her more likable. Because I loved her. I loved
right,
her. I had no problems with her.
right. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I would not keep reading Brenda. But you ultimately made her into, I thought, a fabulous character, you know. But I also will say something that I told you that I definitely I remember telling you is don't listen to me alone, because your character was a kind of rich, snobby coming off, she kind of came off snobby kind of character, and I just don't like that character, period. And I remember telling you, don't trust me specifically and don't change her just because I said that. Make sure that you're really feeling that same way about it. And I think sometimes too, that's the hallmark of being able to critique with someone, respecting your opinion. If you don't want to make the change, you don't have to, and that's cool.
Saying that to me did not make me upset. I looked at it and I had given this manuscript to a couple of other readers, and one person said, that she was all on board with seeing Kylie is the character's name, Kylie as this rich little spoiled girl, and um, wanted to see her change, wanted to see that character arc. And when she said that to me, I thought, well, that's not really what I wanted either. So she did agree with you. It was just a preference that made her more intrigued as a reader. But adding in some characteristics that showed her vulnerability and went in a little deeper on the point of view was all I needed to do to fix that. So you also have to, on the flip side, be able to take that criticism, constructive criticism, and do something with it.
Right, right. Because I think ultimately you didn't really change any of her circumstances. You just sort of, I think, like you said, showed her vulnerability, and that's what I could totally buy into. Be sympathetic towards her by showing her vulnerability that way.